Hello, welcome to the second lecture in data structures and algorithm. In this video, I will talk about stack, queue, periodic queue, and Deque. These are the data structure that we will talk about today. Last time we already talked about stacked. Stack is just a box that works last in, first out, or LIFO. So whenever we push some element, it will stack in the top, okay? And when we remove, it will remove from the top. So the last in will be the first out. So we have operation like push and pop. Sometimes they call it add and remove. As you see, if you want to push, you have to give the element that you want to push, and if you want to pop, you don't need to give anything as a parameters. So one application of this is a reverse word, and we saw some example where we reverse the sentence in the last video. So the next data structure we want to talk about is the queue. So the queue works in a different way, like the stack. So it works first in, first out, like the normal queue, what we have in our life. So if we have a new element, we will add it to the back. But if we want to remove, to dequeue, we will remove from the front. So imagine this queue is empty and we add the first element and then the second element and third and fourth. And we want to remove, we will remove the first one. So the first one which was added, it will be the first one that will be removed. So the add operation, sometimes they call it enqueue, and we have to give the element. The remove, sometimes we call it dequeue or add x remove. Again, dequeue and remove, we don't need to give them input, but for enqueue and add, we need to give them input. One application for this is the Cbu Schedule. When many programs want to run in the CPU cannot run all programs at the same time. So the CPU has to make the programs in queue. Whenever he finish one job, he will take from the queue what's the waiting queue, the next job waiting in the waiting queue. Let us take an example. So in Java, there is a class called Periodical Queue in java.util. We can make an object of this class, Periodic Queue equal to new Periodic Queue. So it's called Periodic Queue, but we can use it as a normal queue. Okay. So, and then we write queue or queue add. We add one object. It's the string 1, another object, the string 2, another object, the string 3. So the first one which was added was 1. If I want to remove 1, it will be the one that removed. The first was added. If it was stacked, then 3 will be removed first. But because it's a queue, 1 will be removed first. There is something similar to queue, but it calls periodic queue. So we take the highest priority first. Okay, we have elements, and we will not. We can add normal, but when we remove the highest priority. Okay, so let's assume we add integers. When we remove, we will remove the minimum integer. Sometimes they call remove operation delete minimum. Okay, so one application of the periodic queue is the emergency. The emergency room, you have patients these patients are not the same. Some they need emergency treatment, emergent treatment, but some can wait. So when I select, I don't select the one who comes first, but I select the one who needs the urgent treatment. That's why in this case I do periodic queue. Or in the CPU example, some programs that I run in the computer, they are important programs. So I have to run them now. They cannot wait. But other programs are less important. So in this case also I can use Periodical Queue. Let's see one example. So I will use the same Periodical Queue, but now I will use integer. So in the previous example, I use Periodical Queue class, but I use it as object, and object there is no order between this object. So that's why it's a string. They are not ordered. They are not numbers. But in this example, I will make Periodical Queue of integers. Q equal to new Periodical Queue of integers, and then I add integers. So I add 5, 1, 3. So when I remove, it will not remove 5, although it was the first that come. 5 was the first. It should be removed normally in the normal queue, but this is not normal queue, this is Periodical Queue. So in this case I will remove the minimum 1. If I make remove another time, it will remove 3, and so on. The next data structure we will study is the Deque. Deque stands for double-ended queue. So this Deque, I can add and remove from both sides of the list. So I can add from here and remove from here, or I can add from here and remove from here. This is like a general thing. It could work as a stack, and also it could work as a queue, right? So the operation we have here, add first, add last. So here we should have x as input, remove first, and remove last. Okay? So if we have a stack, we only use these two operations. If we only use these two operations, then it's stack, because we can add from here and remove from here. Right? This is exactly how the stack works. We add and remove from the same side. But if we add in one side and remove from other side, it's like a queue. We add from here and we remove from the other side. So the first one who will come here will be the first to come out from here. Okay, but in the stack, the last one who come here, it will be the first to come out. So that's why this is the Deque is more general than stack and queue. It looks like stack plus queue. We can use as a general data structure for both. And it's called double-ended queue. Let's take an example. So there is an interface in Java called Deque. It's in Java util. Okay. DQD, but this is interface. We cannot create an object of it, but we can create object of a class called linked list. Okay. DQD equals to linked list. And then let's take the following example. We add first Ahmad. So Ahmad will be the first one to be added. And then we add first Sami. So now Sami will be the first. So Sami and then Ahmad. And then we add last Mahmoud. So we have Sami, Ahmad, Mahmoud. Okay. If we want to remove last, who was the last? Mahmoud. Sami, Ahmad, Mahmoud. So Mahmoud is the last. That's why we print Mahmoud first. And then we remove first. But the first one was Sami. Sami, Ahmad, Mahmoud. We removed Mahmoud. And then we remove the first, Sami. And then we are left with Ahmad. So it doesn't matter we remove first or last. It will be the same. We remove the last one, Ahmad. So this was the Deque. So let's see some exercises where we can use stack or queues or Deque. So I will give 3 exercises. In these exercises, you will read from file and write to a file. Okay, or you can write as a print. So, but you need to read from a file. Imagine you have a file with 1 million lines. You have to open the file and read line by line and do what's in the next exercises. So solve the following problems by reading a text file one line at a time and performing operation on each line in the appropriate data structures. So we have to use maybe sometimes queue, sometimes stack, sometimes Deque. We will see. Your implementation should be fast enough that even files containing 1 million lines can be processed in few seconds. Let's take the first one. The first one said we have to read the input one line at a time and then write the line out in a reverse order. So we have to read line by line and then print everything in a reverse order. How we can do this? So the last input line is printed first, then the second last input line, and so on. This is the first exercise. The second exercise, we have to read the first 50 lines of the input and then write them in a reverse order. And then read the next 50 lines and then write them in a reverse order. Do this until there are no more lines left to read, at which point any remaining lines should be output in the reverse order. So in other words, your output will start with the 50 line, and then 49th line, and then 48th line, and so on down to the first line. This will be followed by the 100th line, followed by the 99th, and so on till we come to the 51st line, and so on. Your code should never have to store more than 50 lines at any given time. So let's see the third exercise. We have to read the input one line at a time. Again, the input is a text file. At any point after reading the first 24 lines, if some line is blank, like string of length 0, then the output the line that occurred 42 lines before this one. So, for example, if the line 242 is blank, then your program should output line 200. This program should be implemented so it's never stored more than 43 lines of the input at any given time. So please try to solve this exercise, and we will meet again in the next video.